What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Checked In Podcast. If you haven't already, do me a favor. Stop what you're doing. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Why? Because it'll let you guys know every time we upload. But with that being said, let's get right into the podcast and let's get right into our guest. So today we have Daisy Rocks. Now, of course, she has two X's and not three because, as she likes to say, if she had three, she'd be in a different profession. So, I'm so hoping I got that right because
you did.
I was like trying my hardest to be like, all right, don't botch that, bro.
That is so great. No, good job,
when
Enzo.
you talk to certain individuals and you try to get their jokes right or stuff like that, depending on whatever profession they're in, and you're just like, all right, bro, don't botch it. Because they spend hours trying to
No, I literally have told my friends, please don't botch my jokes. Because, let me tell it, if anything, But... good job. You did a great job. Good job.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Round of applause.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
I'm going to get right into it. Now, obviously, I know based off your Instagram, and you do promote it too, you're a hairstylist and you also do comedy.
Yeah.
Now, most people out there would be like, those are completely different spectrums. You have comedy and then you have hairstylists. So I want to start off with the hairstyling because I'm assuming that's what you ended up doing first.
Yes.
And what made you even want to get into that? Because hair is a very tricky thing for those of the people that don't know.
Thank you, Enzo.
I know.
I really appreciate that coming from a male specimen because, Yep. No, I'm just kidding. No, I started doing hair when I was 22. I used to work at a supermarket. And
like a Superior.
It's called Super A Foods in Southgate.
Okay. Another one in Downey.
Okay, there's one in Downey. I worked at that one. That's the one that's the second one I worked at. I originally started in Southgate and then I got moved to Downey. And then once I was in Downey, there was a customer there and she went and she was like, you need a haircut. And I'm like, I know. And she's like, oh, come and get your hair done and I'll give you a haircut for free. And I was like, okay. And by then I had already dabbled into the beauty industry because I had already started doing my coworkers' hair and makeup and, just styling them and stuff. But I really liked it. I've always been pretty good at my makeup.
I literally, when she looked over, I was like, what's going on over there? I was like, what's popping?
Here, this. So I started already. And so when she offered me the free haircut, I was like, dude, I'm down. So I went, her salon was in Downey and gave me my hair. And she said, here, I'm going to give you business cards. She goes, promote me. And for every person that comes and gets their hair done with the card that you give them, you'll get your hair done for free.
Damn.
Yeah. So she did my hair free for 2 years. And during those 2 years, I had quit the supermarket and I was working at Forever 21. Rest in peace.
Oh, that's right.
Forever 21.
Yeah, it's leaving.
It's literally this is the...
Moment of silence. There you go.
Okay.
Right, that
that's my entire teenage / 20s.
Oh, you're not even lying.
Stayed there. I stayed in Forever 21. Anyway, so I worked there, and then when I went to get my hair done one of the times, she's like, what are you doing with your life? I'm like...
That was a deep conversation.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was like, damn. I'm working at Forever 21.
She's like, okay.
Right. She's like, no, quit and go to beauty school. And I was like, okay. So I gave my 2 weeks, and within those 2 weeks, I started beauty school, and that was 14 years ago. Wow.
So, okay, so the process of going from the supermarket to the beauty store.
Yeah.
I mean, to the beauty
industry.
Correct. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know, I'm sorry.
We were so good. We were
I know. I apologize. So I'm sorry. Just fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
So that transition must have been very big because
going
from stocking and putting things away. So
I mean, I was a cashier.
Oh.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. We have royalty, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have royalty.
I'm sorry. Anything.
Oh, my goodness.
I just counted money.
I'm just botching shit today.
I gave the wrong change so many times.
You're my favorite cashier.
Accident. There were so many accidents. At the end of the night, the managers would be like, Daisy, you're
short.
You're like $150. And I'm like,
oh shit.
I'm like, I can pay with my card. I can give you guys.
That's always the best one to cover. I'll cover it. Don't worry about it. It's
exactly.
fine.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. So it was really easy to transition out of that. I fucking hate numbers, dude. I hate numbers. The only numbers I like are counting my own money, but
I feel that.
I don't like numbers. I
respect that.
I have like a phobia actually of math.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a true story.
Like you're scared of it?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Like one time I was watching this documentary because I thought it was gonna be cool to watch like a poker documentary.
Are you like me? You had no patience?
I have no patience. And then you know how in like movies, in this documentary, in like movies, when they're like teaching math or something, you see like the numbers like floating, right? So then the guy was explaining how poker is really works. Oh, you have to subtract this and then divide this and then all the numbers came out and I literally had a panic attack. I started sweating. My hands were. I was like, "Take this shit off right now, dude. Turn this off right now.
Give me my money back. I don't want to play no more.
Turn it off." Yeah. So really scared of that. Back to being in the beauty industry.
Yeah. No. 100%.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
No, it was really easy. I'm a very social person. I always have been, and I've always really loved the beauty industry. I started going to become a makeup artist, but then I fell in love with hair and like the anatomy of it, the way it works, the way chemicals react to it, chemical reactions within chemicals, and cutting hair, and there's geometry.
No. Oh, I believe
geometry in haircuts. I know math. Okay.
So math,
to some extent.
This is what I want everyone to understand, okay? When it comes to math, you're going to like it when it comes to something that you're doing. When it comes to something you do not care about, it's like, bro, throw that shit away.
And so I've never heard that before.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, all right? Now that, for example, okay, so I'm a truck driver, right? When it comes, so when I deal with my money and everything like that, I literally need to do my math, percentages, everything, who gets what needs to do all this stuff.
Give me chills.
So you see, so me, I came from hating math. I'm like you. I just hate it. I despised it. Yeah. If you want to give me the basic math, cool, no problem. A little bit multiplication, no problem. A little division, no problem. Once you start getting into decimals and then you start getting into triangles and shapes, oh, hell no. You lost me, right? But yeah, and now that I'm doing the profession that I'm in and I didn't know that math was in it, now I actually enjoy that portion of the math because I figure out how much I get paid. You get what I mean? So then I'm like,
I know, that's so true. When it comes to my money, I'm like really on it too. And then like I file a 1099, so I have to figure out all my expenses and everything.
Yeah. Then you got to talk to your tax person. You got to be like,
yeah, I don't like it. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I just did I don't like it. I was like, yesterday it was so funny. Someone asked me, who broke your heart? Because I was like singing a fucking sad ass song at the bar. It was great. I have a great time. I'm fun. So this guy was like, who broke your heart? And I was like, a couple people. The IRS, my children, and my landlord, okay?
You're like, all of them came at me.
All of them broke my heart this week, beginning of the month. Fuck all of them.
The first, horrible.
Terrible.
I don't want anyone to talk to me today.
No.
You know what? I hate that.
So funny.
Also, too, that sad music has such a bad rep, like with people, because sometimes sad music just be it.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a vibe. It's
oh
like,
my
I don't
God.
need to be sad to listen to it.
Listen, I have had that song by Sia, Chandelier. In my head for the last 2 weeks, and I just keep singing it, and I realized that it was like a suicide song.
You know
she
what?
was gonna hang herself because
and you're over there bumping
and
it,
I'm over here like
music loud.
What the heck? And I'm like from the chandelier, and I'm like into it, dude. And then I'm like, oh shit! It says party girls don't get hurt. Like no.
She's about to. Oh shit!
I'm like I'm a party girl. People call me, and I'm like, is this song? No. And I was like, I thought way too much into it. So
and right now, since we're on the topic of having songs stuck in our heads, mine is who's calling my phone? You know what I mean? That's me right now.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I'm just saying, baby girl. That's it. That's where I'm at right now.
You have to throw in the baby girl because you have to say it out loud. Because if you started it already, you have to at least.
If you don't say it and you don't say it with a little bit of like, I don't think you like music.
Baby girl.
You don't even have to like the song. It's just like
you don't even have to know what song it is.
You just have to know. You're like, oh shit. You're about to be like, oh, you know. But yeah, that's the one I've been having.
Okay,
yeah, but sad music, it's a bad rep for just being.
I feel like I don't think I've ever really been that heartbroken, to be honest. So
yeah,
I don't feel like I can relate to a lot of these new sad songs. These like singing about their toxic side pieces and stuff.
That's facts. That's true.
You
That's
know,
true. Yeah,
these
you're
new
right.
R&B songs are literally just about being toxic and going crazy. And I'm like, what happened to like my boo from like, you know,
There's,
love songs con amor.
Did you ever see that joke or that little comment? You know how people would be commenting something, someone screenshots it with someone else's comment underneath, and
Yeah.
the girl goes, "What?" He goes, "Singers and rappers used to just want girls like to come to them,
Yeah.
you know, to be like, oh my god, like I need you type thing."
Yeah.
And then the guy put underneath in the comment, he goes, "Why do we need to do that when everything's in the bio?" I was like,
Dang.
I was like, but
That's true. It's 'cause
I miss that songs though, the little
I d-
R&Bs and stuff.
I miss those songs. Those real like let it burn. I think I'm just singing Usher songs to be honest.
Chris Brown started taking off my hat, started flipping it everywhere.
Yes.
Are you going to this concert?
No. I didn't even try. Like honestly, I'm not really into concerts like that. I don't want to say that. I just
No, you're like me. You enjoy it,
yeah.
just normal.
If I
Yeah.
like super normal.
Yeah,
like
just-
if there's a group if there's okay, I went to go see Grupo Firme when they were like at the height of their like you know, their peak, you know. I saw them a few years ago. And I paid $600 for my floor seat. But I told my friend
Were you standing up?
Yeah, we were right there, dude. I told him, I said,
old
I
now.
want to smell their sweat. Like I want to be so close that I want to
Damn.
I want them to like go like that,
You're like,
and then
"Oh, shit."
I'm like, oh. Their sweat, you guys. It's not anything else.
Yeah, stop it. Get
stop.
your mind out of the gutter.
Relax. 2 X's, remember?
Jesus.
Yeah. So
The end of this episode, she might have 3. I don't know. I'm just saying.
you know, if you drop a couple like a cash app, Venmo, you
Someone's
know.
gonna be like, have you seen that video that went viral where the guy's just throwing his card like this back and forth?
Hell yeah.
And he's like, yes, baby.
Yes, that's for me. No, so yeah, I don't know what we were talking about, but
You were talking about how you were at the concert.
oh yeah,
Thanks,
I loved.
yeah.
Oh, it's Grupo Firme. It was Grupo Firme, and I knew every single song, so it was worth it. To me,
Right.
it was so worth it. I got really drunk, but let's not talk about that part.
I think for me, the reason why I don't do live concerts, at least anymore, maybe the only concert I will do is maybe like a Russ concert. I've enjoyed his
I
concert.
like Russ.
Yeah, I
like Russ a lot.
his music. It's weird. So I've been to a couple concerts. I've been to J. Cole concerts, Drake concerts.
I feel like there's
all
a
that.
theme here.
Yeah, you know, a lot of hip hop.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah. Me
hip-hop.
too. I
I'm
definitely
into
enjoy
country
hip-hop.
now though.
Oh, okay. I like country too.
Playlists go crazy.
I
now.
went to Stagecoach last year for the first time.
Oh, really? How was it?
So fun.
The vibes are different. aren't
So
they?
fun. They're so different there. It's
nice
not
people.
it's nice people. They're chill. Like they're just getting drunk off beer and listening to music, dude. Like there's no fighting. There's like no crazy. It's not too like. Then I went to my first rave too, which was terrible. So and I was on Mushies at Stagecoach and the weather was beautiful and I don't know, it was just I loved it.
It was just a vibe.
And then I saw Jelly Roll.
Oh, Jelly Roll's cool.
I saw Jelly Roll,
Yeah.
and Jelly Roll brought out T-Pain.
Oh, dude, T-Pain is just a vibe too. bro.
It was dream come true for both parts.
T-
Super happy.
You got me thinking about T-Pain. T-Pain is a goat. He is the goat.
T-Pain is absolute. Have you seen his interviews?
Yes, I've seen his interviews and I also seen his lives. You know how he does like everyone does,
Yes,
like
like
Twitch
Twitch
all
and
that
stuff.
up.
Yeah. Have you seen his interview with the guy from Jackass?
Steve-O.
Steve-O.
No, in the van.
In the van.
No, I haven't.
Watch that
Okay.
one. I highly recommend that one. I love that one from T-Pain. He is so real.
Mm-hmm.
He lays everything down the way, like, as is. Like, he doesn't, I don't know. He's just amazing. I
Yeah.
love him so much.
I think based off of some of the conversations that I did see, like his bankruptcy and like losing
Yes.
everything. Yeah, all of that where he told me he had to like borrow. No, he told me.
He
Sorry.
told you?
Sorry.
And so?
I'm sorry. I seen the interview where he had said, I apologize. I'm so sorry. I mean, one day he might tell me something.
He
I don't
will.
know.
One day he is going to.
One day.
T-Pain, if you're watching this, get checked in.
Yeah, get checked in. Pop. In a good way.
Pop.
Yeah. Just,
pop.
you know,
You
I'm sorry.
you said pop.
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm nervous. All right.
When you try to talk to your celebrity
Like,
crush and it goes all wrong.
It goes all right. It's embarrassing for me right now. I'm getting hot, bro.
Woo!
Nah, yeah, so like how he was talking about how he had said that he had to borrow money to get his kids like Burger King or something
Yeah.
like that. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, and this was like I think it was like in between the heights of his career. So it was at the time where he made money and then he had nothing.
Yeah. My thing is I understand that there's a lot of people out there that will try to scam you for stuff.
For
I get
sure.
that. But man, like doing that type of fucking up with people's money is just horrible.
Dude,
to
I
me.
know.
I don't know how people can live with themselves doing that.
No way. I know.
I steal a fucking chip from someone's bag and they don't even know. Like they just turn around and I grab it real quick. I have that on my conscience.
I'm so guilty. I
I'm
feel
just
so
like-
guilty. Okay, I will confess. When I was 12 years old, I went to Hot Topic and I stole some earrings.
I can't have a conversation like that. I'm sorry. This is why I can never be good for a real situation, dude.
I'd never stole anything in my life. Except for those blue dangly earrings from Hot Topic. I'm so sorry. I think they're like bankrupt. No, I think I caused that with. And I remember I was with a friend. I don't even remember her name. Don't tell anyone.
I am calling the
Enzo.
FBI
Don't
right
tell
now.
them.
I'm gonna be like, yo, bankruptcy court.
No.
We have someone that owes you a little bit
I
of
can
money.
pay the $10 now. I promise. I saw him. I was like, I'm gonna buy these. My mom gave me $20 to go to the mall with my friends. I was like, I'm gonna buy these earrings.
She went with money and still stole them.
And my friend was like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy these, and she's like, how much are they? And I was like, I don't know. And she looked, and it was like $8.99 or something. She's like, girl, here. And I was like,
Your friend influenced you?
yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't want to say her name because I don't want her to get in trouble.
Just say it. It's okay.
Look at you incriminating. I know. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I trust these cameras anymore.
Sorry. I'm not trying to be on my 6'9" right now. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yes. No, that fool.
Earpiece a little tight.
He is. Okay. I'm gonna go like this next time.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna be like Diddy when he hugged Justin Bieber. He's like, "Hey, what's up, bro?"
I
like,
know.
all right. I'm like, damn,
Yes.
okay.
I'm telling you. That's
Damn,
exactly what I'm
shit.
gonna do.
Gotta make sure everything's
That's
nice and
funny.
tight. No,
Yeah.
double sided tape. You can't see me.
I know. I'm like trying to see through your shirt.
I promise.
Hey.
I promise. I don't have
Whoa.
nothing.
Okay.
I don't have nothing. I wanted to ask you another thing too. Obviously, we got so sidetracked. I know we were talking about your how you got into it.
Oh
how you
yeah,
fell in love
beauty
with it,
industry. And
how you
stuff
fell in
like
love
that.
with it and everything like
Yeah,
that. But I
fell in love
wanted to
with
get to the fun part, I guess. 'cause
My
I know,
comedy?
Yes, because I know hair's fun, but
hair is fun.
But your comedy.
Yeah.
How did you, in your mind, decide comedy? I'm going to give it a shot
Okay.
because it's not something that
No.
everyone gets up. And
No,
says,
no,
"Yeah, I'm
no.
gonna do
Okay,
it."
so I like what you said earlier. Like people don't think hair and comedy are like one and the same or whatever. I actually believe the opposite. I feel like being a hairdresser really. Okay, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit.
Okay, go for it.
High school, I was in theater and video production.
Okay.
For 4 years. I did it. I loved it. I loved being on stage. I was really great on stage. We wrote plays, we produced plays. We did all that in high school. I had like a reel of all the work that I did and I edited it myself. It was great, right? My parents didn't think it was a real career, so I decided to just do hair when I was 21. I fell in love with hair 14 years later, still happy doing it. But because I had that experience in high school, and then after high school, I did a little bit of improv at Cerritos College, which we would like travel to different high schools and perform improv for high school students. And I really loved that too. Got pregnant, had my kid, became a mom, a wife, all that good stuff, a hairdresser. And then 2.5 years ago, I fell into like kind of a deep depression. Just kind of like questioning like an existential crisis. You know, I was just kind of questioning who I am as a person. And I kind of looked at myself in the mirror one day and I was like, who's Daisy? What makes Daisy happy? Like Daisy is a good mom. I know Daisy's a good mom. I know Daisy is a good daughter. I know she's a great hairdresser. A good friend and all that good stuff. But what do I like? What do I love? Or what was the last time I felt happy individually? Because my kids make me happy every day of my life. I love being a mom. I love being their mom. They're great kids. I'm so blessed to have them. And when I asked myself that, I remembered the last time I really felt happy doing what I really loved was improv. And so then I started doing improv again in my 30s. And it was like, everyone's like, Daisy, what are you doing? Like, and I'm like, it's a hobby. Like, I'm just taking this class once a week, get on stage, making people laugh. And I fucking loved it, dude. Like, people were laughing. And like the teacher, the instructor for the improv class was like, Daisy, you have something, like your acting skills are really great and you're really funny and you're quick on your feet and all this. And I just got like this big ass head, right? And so
bobblehead out here, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
was like, tell me more.
You're like, oh my God.
I'm so heavy.
No wonder the camera didn't pick up anything, dude. She was out of frame,
It's
dude.
because, that's actually my forehead. You got a picture of.
shining on the
yeah,
forehead?
it's just,
All right,
it's
all right.
the forehead and
Yep.
it's my future.
No, yeah.
It's bright. No, so.
That was a good one right there.
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
was
gonna
really
lie.
good, huh?
Take that to the bank.
Thanks.
That was good.
Save that, clip that, baby. So I started doing improv, and then the teacher kept telling me that I had really good acting skills, and I was like, you know what, I miss acting, So I hit up one of my really good friends, longtime clients, Gracie. I always talk about you, girl. I hit her up and I was like, babe, I want to get into acting. She's an actress. I said, I want to get into acting. Can you send me some links for some schools or whatever? And she was like, definitely. Send me stuff. And I was like, hey, so I've been thinking, I don't know, crazy idea, but what if maybe possibly I try stand-up comedy? And she was like, oh my God, Daisy, yes, do it. She goes, I have a friend that hosts an open mic in North Hollywood, and his name is JT Hernandez and Roger Smith. And I was like, okay. And she's like, I'm going to connect you. Literally within 10 minutes, this beautiful soul made a group chat with me and JT and her and said, JT, this is Daisy. She wants to do comedy. She wants to, open mic. And he was like, he's like, what's up? Come through. And I was like, okay.
Like, shit's happening too fast now,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, I was like, okay.
This was an idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. So then this was in July
Okay.
of that year.
How long ago has it been now?
2.5
2.5 years.
years.
2.5
So,
years, okay.
so 2.5 years, 3 years this July was
Okay.
when I reached out. So I told her, I was like, oh my God, okay, yeah. And then I just left it there. And then I started writing just jokes or my life, really, started writing about it. And then I talked it over with a couple friends. Not many knew. Everybody was pretty shocked when I told them I did it. And then for my 33rd birthday, my Jesus year, como dicen, right?
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, Jesus year, 33.
That's right.
So a week after my birthday, a week before, a week after my birthday, sorry, I signed up and I did it. He hit me up while I was getting my nails done with the person that now owns the shop that I work at. So shout out to Jules. I was getting my nails done with her and I was telling her literally in that moment, dude, I want to do stand up. And she's like, do it. You'd be so good, friend. You're so funny. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. And then I looked at my phone and JT was like, so when are you gonna try the open mic? And I was like, you know what? Sign me up next week because this weekend's my birthday. So sign me up next week. So then the following week, I went with my good friend Brenda. And I was with her beforehand, having a full-blown panic attack. I was like, who even said I was funny? Who even told me, Daisy, this is a great idea for you to be funny on stage?
Now you're questioning all your friends.
Yeah,
Which one of you motherfuckers
why
was
did you
it?
let me do this, right? And then she's like, like, she's like all being a bad friend. She's like, you don't have to go. She's like, what are they gonna do? Like, and I go, no, I already signed up. And the website says banned for life if you don't show up. And what if I get banned for life? Like, I mean, you know, like they punish you for not showing up because you sign up for it, you know, and there's a list. And at that time, you know, and so you don't want to do no con, no show. That's fucked up, you know? So all these things were running through my head. I'm going to get banned. I don't want to. Like, fuck it. And I was like, you know, I'm going to take a shot. So I took a shot and I was like, you know, like, I got to the open mic and then he was like, you want to go first? And I was like, fuck no. I go, I need to see how this works. You know, I've never even been to one of these before. I went up, I did my 5 minutes, which I have posted on my Instagram, my very first 5 minutes. And my first joke ever, and still to this day, is my name's Daisy Rocks with 2 X's, because 3 is for a different career.
You're welcome. Well, because I didn't really botch it, so you're welcome.
You did a great job.
That was great. I'm not gonna lie to you. That made me laugh. I think,
thanks.
That was really funny.
And that when I said that, I got a huge laugh. And then I say I'm a single mom. I know I'm from Compton. Oh no, I say I'm a single mom, and then I said, you know, like most Mexican bitches from Compton. Yeah. All right. I had my kid at a young age, you know, and then, dude, and when I started talking about my son, so my 3rd time doing stand-up, they filmed everything. Once I went, Enzo, I never stopped going. So they had the mic 3 times a week. I would go every week.
You got the itch.
Those 3 days. Oh my God, yeah. And I do different material. And I started leaning towards being a mom and that material and like my kid, right? And so the 3rd time I did stand-up, they'd film all of it and they clipped my joke about my son jacking off. They clipped it, they posted it. That was their first viral reel.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
It had it wasn't even it was what, 46,000 views or something like that. And it was like...
That's still a big feat.
It's a big feat. Especially...
Understand, because a lot of people don't... They might be like, 40...
And this was 3 years ago. Yeah. Right? This was 3 years ago. And it was... their page probably had like 1,000 followers or something like that. Like, it wasn't like, you know? So we were like, oh, shit. And that's when I was like... I have something, you know? I grabbed that mic for the first time. I closed my eyes. And still to this day, if I close my eyes right now, I am in an arena full of people screaming my name. That's just what I see.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen because I see it and I hear it. Like, I could feel my kids on stage with me. I can feel my parents there, my family, my brothers, like my niece. Like, I don't know what it is. God put this vision in my head and I'm just like full force. And then like 6 months later, Fluffy started following me on Instagram.
You're lying. That is so cool.
And then I messaged him and I was like, a couple weeks later, because I was like, okay, I didn't want to message you right away because I didn't want to freak out, but I'm kind of freaking out right now that you followed me because you're like the GOAT, you know? And I was like, and you following me just kind of validates that I'm funny and I appreciate it. And he was like, yeah, you're funny. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Keep going. And I was like, thanks.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's really cool. And it also motivates you on another level.
Dude, 6 months after I started doing comedy.
Yeah, see? A lot of people forget that sometimes you just have to get up and do it.
Yeah.
That's it. Now, obviously, sure. I know everyone has that doubt, the fear, everything like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, think about it. If you don't do it, you're always going to have that in your head.
Always.
So I'm happy that you did that. And I'm happy you had friends that motivated you and pushed you to do it.
Yeah.
And shout out to that little group chat that you got into. Because if it wasn't for that too, think about it. Because
no, for sure.
would have never said, hey, yo, what's up?
100%. I believe wholeheartedly that everything happens for a reason. And there's no better timing than God's timing. And I know that. And I just trust that. And the way that things just kind of unraveled, the way things kind of just, you know, like, it just makes me feel like this is where my life is supposed to be, period. You know, I was married for 10 years. I got divorced 7 years ago. So in these last 7 years, I've been living an entirely different life than I did from 18 to 27, right? So it was definitely eye-opening experience for me. It was definitely like, now I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be. 100%.
And you know what? I'm happy that because most people, look, everyone's different when they deal with like divorce, breakups, or anything like that.
Yeah.
Some people really get into a rut where they just kind of don't come out of it. Some people, it takes them a really long time.
Yep.
And I'm happy that, you found your way through.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard.
Yeah.
The depression sucks, dude. Like, and it's crazy because I'm a very happy person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very social person. I'm a social butterfly. I was like a popular loner in high school. So like I'd be by myself, but I'd be like at every clique in every group,
I feel it because I was exactly the same
Were
way.
you?
Yeah, I feel
That
it.
is so funny.
I swear. So
Yeah.
I relate to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I love being social. I love being laughing. Like my smile is like permanently on my face 24/7. And I love making people happy and laughing and laugh and everything. But the dark side of that is dark, dude, because it's like I'm extreme on both ends, right? So when I'm happy, I'm extremely happy. And when I'm sad, I'm extremely sad. When I'm down, I'm extremely down, So it goes real like, but I've been able to manage because not because I want to, it's because I've had to, because I have my kids to like, work through, and work for and take care of and raise and everything. And my son's 16 and my other son is 9. So they're getting older and I'm able to do more things with them and it's a lot happier stuff. But going through that experience where it's like being in my 20s, going through a divorce, going through something that most people go through in their 30s and 40s, but being so young. Like I was a mom at 18, a wife at 18, breadwinner the entire time I was married. And then that was all taken away from me. Or not taken away from me. I got divorced and my whole life changed. And I was only 27 years old.
That's a big change.
Yeah.
Especially at 27. Yeah, that's a big change.
Yeah. And it was like, oh shit. So not only did I have to grow up fast at 18, I had to mature even faster because of the trauma that I went through. And I say trauma like because that's traumatic. Going through a divorce in your 20s and, not even being in my 30s and I've already gone through shit that like literally
middle-aged people go through. But you know what? I'm gonna give you this right here. It's one of those things where it's kind of a blessing it happened early. Obviously, you don't want things to happen.
Yeah.
But it's a blessing that it happened early because I know individuals that have gotten divorced already in their mid-50s going, you know what I mean? And life's completely different at that point.
That's so true.
You know what I mean? Because you feel in yourself, you're like, all right, I'm older now. There's really, my window is
the dating pool is a little bit smaller now.
Different now.
Yeah.
Now you're not even dating him and his kids. You're dating him and his family.
Yeah.
Because it's different.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I mean? So it all of that
That's
just
true.
kind of balanced out. Although it was a negative, you turned it into a positive. Which is, come on, math.
Math again.
Math is mathin'.
I told you,
You
this
know what I
math
mean?
thing is going.
I don't know. Those numbers, those zeros and ones be crazy. They be crazy out here. But yeah, like you really, turn it around and all that
I did,
stuff,
and I'm really proud of myself because I do everything on my own, really. Like I, with obviously the help of my parents because I wouldn't be where I'm at without them.
Another blessing right there.
Yes, I love my parents and, I still live at home with my parents and I love being with my family and we're first generation. I don't have cousins out here like big, like first generation or first cousins. Sorry. I don't have many out here, all my family's in Mexico.
Right.
Everybody. I have like 30 something cousins out there. And over here we're by ourselves. So I love living with my family and living with my parents. But I've never had like welfare. Like I've never been on welfare. I've never been on, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all.
I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a sense of pride in it too.
There is.
So don't take it the wrong way.
Don't take it the wrong way because when you need it, you need it. I did get food stamps for a year when I was in beauty school because I had quit my job and I went to beauty school full time. So I got food stamps to take care of my kids. But after that, I didn't get them anymore. I didn't want them no more. I didn't want welfare no more. And I've been doing it I'm kind of proud, you know. I'm not a total Compton cliche.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You a Compton star out here.
Yeah, you know, I'm making waves, you know.
But no, that's good though, and
Yeah,
it's crazy
so,
because
pretty proud of
you're not the first person I've had that conversation with when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Because it is a sense of pride, and I don't know if it's a Mexican thing, dude.
I
don't know if
think
it's
it
like
is.
if our parents install that in us. Nah, I'm not taking shade on anybody else, but I'm just
No,
saying
no,
like
yeah.
growing up that way, it's just like my family too. My grandfather's the same way. He's very like, if you can't, don't. If you
Yes.
can, do it. And
Yeah.
if not, work for it.
And that's the mentality that I feel like a lot of, you know, Latinos grow up is like work.
Se puede, right?
Yeah, tienes que trabajar, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta work. You got to hustle. You have to work. Like there is no part in the world where, nowhere in the world where people are just lounging around and stuff is just happening for them.
Yeah, unless someone around you is very, very wealthy, which, you know. Hey,
I mean, but they had to work to get there. If they didn't,
No, I
the
mean,
generation did. You know what I mean?
I mean it in a way where it's like, how can I explain it to you? There is parents that have worked
Oh, for
really,
sure.
really, really hard, gave their kids everything, which they should, because.
But then that creates spoiled hustling.
it's a
slippery slope.
net positive, but it still has
For
that,
sure.
You know, it also too depends on how you raise your kids too.
100%.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have any kids, but me seeing from the outside and
Yeah.
stuff like that, you get to see all kinds of parents. You see
Oh,
good
for
parents,
sure.
very shitty parents, and then you question some parents like, why
yeah.
do you even
How
have?
is this even possible?
So
No, for sure.
it's one of those, but I know for a fact, speaking to my mom, because my mom's single mother had me, right? And speaking to her and hearing what she had to say and how things that she went through and everything like that, I think I'm more understanding and I get it on a different curve than someone else.
Yeah.
So when you were explaining everything,
Yeah.
I get it. Like I understand, I see it.
Yeah,
So I know this.
I feel like kids, or specifically sons raised by single moms, are you guys are gems because you guys really. I feel like for the most part, you know, kids that are raised by single moms, they see it and they respect it and they see women a little bit different, you know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I mean, don't get me wrong, every woman, period, is strong and they do, everybody is in their own way, you know? But me as a single mom, dude, like I've had to do so much shit, you know, just to survive. I've had to work 13, 14, 16 hours a day at a point because I had to make money to pay my bills and to buy my kids stuff. My son is 5'10", 200 and something pounds. He's a big boy and he's only 16. Okay, so he still has a little bit more growing to do and his clothes are not cheap. His shoes are not cheap. Fucking haircuts are not cheap. Fucking all this shit is not cheap. And I've had to work so hard in order for them to have basic necessities. And I feel like they see me and it just fuels them to want to work so much harder because they tell me, Mom, when I get older, I'm going to buy you a house. Mom, when I get older, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to get you this. And my older son tells me all the time, like, Mom, when I get a job, like, I'm going to give you money. Like, I'm going to take care of you. And I'm
It's
just
on camera now, so he has to.
he
You can
has
clip
to.
that.
You
You can
heard
clip
me,
that. He
Junior?
has to see it. You have
Did
to
you
see it.
hear that, Junior?
I'm just saying, hey.
Junior?
I'm not the one that threw it out there. I'm just the one that had it on camera. I don't know what to tell you. So if you ever throw something at you, be like, man, I don't know what you're talking about. Be like, look at this one, son. You know what I mean?
Get checked in.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta check in too. I want to hear your side of the story now, bro. I want to hear what's life like.
No, don't get his side of the story.
So come on, here, let me tell you some
Yeah.
shit. Right? She was it. No, I'm just nah, but you know how when you were talking about your son right now and you were mentioning the whole haircut, it's one of my
Fucking hate it.
It's one of my favorite little jokes that you done about him.
I fucking hate his haircut.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
He has an
little joke.
Edgar haircut.
Yeah, the whole Mexican beetle.
Yeah. Okay, so he has an Edgar haircut and it's so embarrassing. He's walking around like a Mexican Beatles.
I love that joke. It's my favorite joke, dude.
A real Justin Bieber.
Yes.
You know?
Oh my god! Every time I see it, I just crack up, dude.
Oh,
or when
thank
you post it up when you're
you.
doing it,
Thanks, dude.
It cracks me up so
Thanks,
much.
dude. You need to come out to one of my
No,
shows.
seriously, I want to. So my boy Martin normally that's here, and then my boy Dom. My boy Dom,
Cool.
he's my best friend. You know how you were saying you were popularly popular loner.
Yeah.
Okay, because you went to a lot of groups. I was the same way because if you look at my best friend when we were growing up,
Total different.
Straight rock and roll,
Yeah.
long hair, wore nothing but black, and then me all colorful.
Yeah,
and shit,
yeah.
and
That's so funny.
Became best friends.
I love that.
I was just a social butterfly. I talked to everyone, so like everyone knows me, and I know them, and it's just kind
Same.
of like it's
Yeah, that's how I got my clientele. A lot of my clientele at
I'm
work
happy you
too.
weren't a dentist though, because you're a social butterfly. And being a social butterfly and being a dentist is the worst. Because you know how they go, how's your day going?
Oh my God, imagine.
The worst.
That could be some good material though.
Yeah, that would be the worst though. Imagine
It
being
would be worse.
imagine
I wouldn't
that.
be able to talk. I wouldn't be able to talk. I used to get in trouble so much for talking. And everything I've ever done,
You got kicked out of the class a lot, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
Loved it.
No, dude, I get, oh my God. I talk so much. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said that joke. Like,
you know what?
My bad.
Your vibes give me like, I would say like me, like I like the dark humor. I like all of that kind of jokes.
I have dark humor,
I like
dude.
very edgy jokes too.
I have some dark jokes, and sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I shouldn't have said that. My parents are probably gonna hear me.
You're like, oh shit.
Because I say things about my parents too sometimes, and I'm just like, ooh. Like I have this joke about like my parents. I'm a only daughter. I have brothers, so they never let me do the same things my brothers could do, like spend the night at people's houses, porque uno nunca sabe,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But then how come they'd send me off to Mexico every summer with a different uncle? But I can't do that now with my kids because that's trafficking.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right now it's a little tense. That is kind of trafficking now.
And
Damn, that kind of got me thinking about the whole P. Diddy trial where it's like they're sending women to different states because obviously they're having sex with them, but technically now that's trafficking in a weird way.
I didn't hear that.
That's kind of the case. What they're saying is that like you're bringing women from a different state over for intercourse, so it's also like some sexual. So
okay,
it's
so then
weird.
then the passport bros have to get.
I'm just saying.
They're getting trafficked too then because they're going to different countries.
That's why everyone's
fuck.
like, "Fuck, we can't fly nobody out for some ass."
That's so dumb.
But yeah, it brought me onto that because of the whole trafficking thing, and it just my mind.
Wow, I didn't know that
everywhere.
actually.
Yeah,
that's very interesting.
It's a lot of weird stuff once you start looking into like all kinds of trials and everything that's going on. With
Yeah.
in the world. And I'm one of those that'll look at everything and just to try to understand it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we have conversations, things pop up, so I try to understand.
Dude.
So
yeah.
But yeah, and the thing, the horrible thing about that is I don't know if you're like me, where when your mind is running at 1,000,000 miles a minute, you're literally just paying attention here. You're thinking about something else. You're going.
That's me all the time. That's me all the time. I feel like that's why our conversations could never stay in a direct line. Because
you know what I call my conversations? That's why everyone. Oh, I'm a ping pong person. I go, what do you mean? They're like, yeah, my conversations are like ping pongs. It goes. Doo, 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 doo. They just bounce
that's
everywhere.
so funny. That's like me too.
Yeah,
definitely.
So that's
I'll start talking about one thing and then end up talking about something else.
Another thing that makes me kind of talk a lot. So, Ceci, right?
I love her.
Calls me a professional yapper.
Oh, I am too. I am as well.
Yeah, professional yapper. We're gonna start a group.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a professional yappers
Anonymous. but then it's not gonna work because everyone's gonna tell everybody about it.
Yeah, it's not secret at all.
It's not anonymous at all.
No. You know what though? I'm one of those people too. All right, so let me put it to you like this. So I'm a truck driver. I drive semis by myself, so I don't really talk to anybody. So whenever I do see something on the road or whatever the case, whenever I do get that little break to talk to someone, I just want to yap their ear off to let them know because I don't have no one to talk to.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I totally get that.
It's
by the way,
I
totally get it.
You're like, dude.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where it's just like. That's why I love having the little podcast because I can talk to people, exchange stories and stuff like that. It's always fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ceci called me out and I think she set me up though because I don't know. She posted a video. You know how she does her little content.
Yeah.
So Ceci, for those of you that don't know, Ceci is an esthetician. She's the best.
Ceci has the best facials.
Yes, she's the best.
She is the best.
She's the best.
I love
And I think she set me up. So if you're watching this, Ceci, I think you set me up, dude. Because she was asking me a question and then she was recording, and I didn't know she was recording, and she was recording. So I was just there like,
that is
and then
so
she's
funny.
recording, and then she puts me on the internet, and then she goes, yeah, when I told my client, yeah, we can have some conversations, but he's a professional yapper. And I was like, bro, dirty, dude.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
she got
actually
me
a good one. She should have made it a reel.
She did.
Oh, she did?
She fucking did.
I'm gonna repost it.
Oh my God, don't do it.
I'm gonna repost
I was like,
it.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, bro. I was like, have you ever seen that Chihuahua where it's like,
Yeah.
like, yes, that's me, dude.
That's
That was me
so
when she
funny,
posted
dude. I'm gonna repost
I
it.
was like, oh hell no.
That's good. Good job, Seth.
No. That was horrible.
No, he's all sad about
I'm
it.
like, shit. Now
Everyone's gonna know that I talk a lot.
Shit.
And it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that I have a podcast.
at all. and it's dude, it cracks me up because my barber posted a video, little, you know how the barbers spin you, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the professional.
Yeah.
All right,
Spin.
so
yeah.
he did that, and someone sent me a comment, and she was all like, she's like, oh, you were holding your tongue so hard, I know
Oh,
it.
that
I
is
was
so
like,
funny.
I was like, now it's starting to come. I was like,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. So,
I was like, all right, it's all Sassy's fault now.
no, dude, I remember I was in the 7th grade. I used to wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and tell myself, today I'm gonna be a shy girl. Today I'm gonna be quiet. And I'm not going to be loud. I'm going to read a book during lunch.
Oh, shit.
Okay? I'm not going to talk to anyone today. And when people ask what's wrong, I'm going to be like, I'm just quiet today. That shit would fly out the fucking window by first period because I'd be, oh my God, fucking screaming across the halls. Like, every day, though, for like an entire year.
You could not sit next to anybody, could you? Like your best friends, you couldn't separate.
I'm telling you, I couldn't sit next to anybody. Like nobody. Like not even the quiet girl. I would get the quiet girl to talk. Like that's
You're
how
a teacher's worst nightmare.
Oh my God, they hated no, they loved me.
No, they all yeah.
They loved me. I was teacher's pet without having to do any of the work.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Guilty.
I never did any of the work, but I was always super cool with my teachers, so they always passed me.
Did you have a favorite class that with your teacher or no? Like for example,
yeah, my Spanish class in high school, Miss Jordan.
Oh,
she was so cool. She was so cool. She was Latina. She was married to a white guy. She was so cool.
Classic.
Yeah, I know, right? I would go and I would hang out with her during lunch, and we'd have lunch together, and like not all the time, but like randomly I'd go and like she'd give me some of her food, and we'll talk, and then I'll be like, damn, I like your shoes. She'll be like in the middle of a lecture, and I'll be like, Miss Jordan, I like your shoes, and she'll be like, Daisy, not right now. She's like, we're in the middle of class. And she's like, I'll tell you where I got them later. I'm like, all right, girl.
Oh, my God. Dude,
that was me. That was me at 17, dude. I loved it. And
I'll tell you this. I had a teacher. His name's Mr. Ko. All right. Now, I had him my freshman year. I think it was like earth science, like biology. I don't know what the fuck it was. It was some little regular science class. And I made it all the way up to chemistry, guys.
Nice.
Not everyone.
Nope, I didn't.
You know what I'm saying? Oh.
Definitely did not.
Not trying to shit on anybody.
I did biology 3 times. I did geometry my senior year of high school.
You're like,
again. The second year.
Dude, having to go through math so many times, I'm sorry to hear that.
I did pre-algebra in the 9th grade. I failed it. So I had to do, what is it? What's the next one?
The math, I know what you're talking about. It's like a math that's supposed to like help you with that. I forgot what it's called.
I never took algebra 1.
Oh.
And then I did geometry for 2 years. So I did math for 4 years. But I didn't pass any of it until my senior year. Sorry, Mr. Wynn. I'm going to fucking out you right now. I had Mr. Wynn and I started the year off, and he was my teacher the year before that. So I had the same teacher my senior year.
He walked in and he was like, ugh.
No, dude, I walked in. He didn't let me get in the class. He goes, Daisy, wait. He stopped at the doorway and he goes, Daisy, wait. And I was like, hi, Mr. Wynn. And he was like, I will not have a senior fail my class. He's like, you're my only senior this year, and I will not have a senior fail my class. And I go, no, Mr. Wynn, this year I'm going to do good. I promise I'm going to do all my work. I didn't fucking do shit all year. And then the last month, I was like trying to do all this makeup work. And he was like, I don't know. It's not enough. It's not enough. Until the last day, I was like, Mr. Wynn, what am I going to do? He was like, Daisy, do you remember I told you I was not going to have a senior fail my class this year? I go, yes, I'm sorry. He goes, you're not going to fail. He's like,
and you're like, oh.
I was like, oh, then why'd you make
Bro was just grandstanding the whole way. He was
Dude,
just like,
he
no.
knew the entire year that I was not gonna fail, and he still made me sweat.
Shout out to those teachers though.
Hey, Mr. Wynn was dope.
Shout out
He
to
was
those
cool. He
teachers,
was
though.
cool. He did teach me a lot of geometry, which later in doing haircuts and stuff like that, I do use a lot of geometry.
kinda clicked.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah.
Everything he said twice for the 2 years that I took him.
It finally clicked.
It finally clicked 14 years later. You know what I mean?
I think that's what it is too. I think, look, just to get really, because I had a same teacher, a teacher. Sorry, I don't know why I said the same teacher. I had a teacher that was exactly the same as in, since I had him my freshman year, he already knew how I was and how I yapped, right? So, but I passed, no problem.
Yeah.
Right. And then when it came to seeing him again, I think it was my senior year, first semester, I walked in his class and he was like, oh. And he literally went, oh. And I was like, what? And he goes, are we really going to do this year? I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, look, man. He's like, I love you as a person, but as a student, oh, fuck. And I was like, you can't be saying that, Mr. Cole.
Seriously.
He's like, no. He's like, no.
You're like, this is have to be
No.
against student
He's
guidelines
like,
or
no.
something.
He's like, I can't do it. So
That is so funny.
my whole thing was I love to challenge him as far as for the curriculum. I'd be like, why is that, Mr. Cole? And then he'd explain it and be like, but see, Mr. Cole, that doesn't make sense.
See?
And then we'd go back and forth.
You were a
and,
pain in the ass, is what you were.
Yeah, a little bit.
But you would be the one that killed time.
Yes.
in
See?
class.
Yes.
So then you talk to the teacher, and then the teacher would have to extra explain with giving. I'm sorry.
Damn.
And with that, giving you guys less work.
less work to take home, and he would pretty much give you the answers
Because he's like, fuck, it's almost done.
Yeah.
Here's the. You're a genius.
you, dude. I'm telling you. You know how many notes we didn't have to do? You're welcome.
Yeah, dude, you're a genius.
But then I got kicked out of class a lot too. Because he's like, bro, I can't do this today. He's like, go outside. I was like,
I know.
but he did pass me though. He did pass me.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I hated geometry. I hated the whole
Periodic table.
that shit. Yeah, you see what I'm
And
saying?
it's so crazy because I do chemistry at work too.
So,
It's crazy.
and it's also crazy because I actually enjoy
I enjoy
like
chemistry.
like people
Yeah.
doing all that shit.
I love it.
I love all that shit.
Yeah, dude.
You know? And I'm
Yeah.
just like, wow.
I work with lightener, peroxide, color, permanent color, toners.
You're a whole Breaking Bad episode. That's what you're telling me.
I'm just like right there fucking mixing, dude,
like-
in the back.
Fuck yeah.
Taking a hit of my joint, fucking.
Making potions and everything
You
for
know?
everybody's hair. That's fucking. But yeah, so I don't know. It just cracks me up to think about like the whole school and teachers and math and all that. Other
I know. I was not a whiz. I'm a smart cookie, and I love words. I have a word app on my phone, a vocabulary app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love words. I love I love to read. I just don't have time to read right now, and it's like I don't really care to be honest.
Well, let me do this because we're already short on time. I can already see we're already cutting short. But because you see, this is the thing that a lot of people don't understand. Like, I'm like, bro, it's gonna be an hour, right? An hour podcast, and everyone's like, oh, it's an hour, and they think it's a long time.
It's not.
It's really not.
It's not.
It's really not. If you watch a Joe Rogan episode, you see those 3 hours, and you're like, oh fuck, 3 hours. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Because when you're enjoying the conversation and you're
For
having
sure, for
fun
sure.
and you're doing all this other shit, like it just
Yeah.
you don't want it to end in a way, obviously.
Mm-hmm,
But since you were talking about the word app, and what is a word in your that you can think of that you heard it, you looked it up, and you said, "Wow, that's actually pretty cool." There has to be a word somewhere out there.
Inconspicuous.
Inconspicuous.
I use that in my set.
Okay, explain that.
Inconspicuous means sneaky.
Sneak. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all
like
right.
very inconspicuous.
Is that your son?
Yeah. Yeah. So I say, he jacks off so he has a move, right? And he tries to be inconspicuous, and then I'm like, yeah, that's right. I know that word. But don't ask me to spell it, bitch, okay? Because I'm not going to do that right now, okay? And then I go, but he has a move, whatever. And then, I finish off the joke. But, I love using big words. I'll be like, my dad's really frugal. You like that, huh? Like,
I'm not lying. I don't know what frugal means.
Frugal
but-
means that you don't spend a lot of money on stuff. You're very, like, codo.
Like codo.
Codo, pinche codo.
So anyone that doesn't understand that, whenever
Yeah.
someone does this, a Mexican person does this to you, that means they're tight with their money, all right? Tight.
That's frugal.
Shout out to my tío. If he sees this, tío.
Yeah, cool.
Tío. I'm throwing that fucking bombastic side eye over here, dude. All right?
Bombastic side eye.
My tío always plays fucking broke. Always.
Yeah, dude.
Somehow-
But that's how they stay rich.
He's not lying. He's not lying. He be surprising me sometimes. I'd be like, que no había dinero?
No que no.
He's like, para ti? I'm like, all right.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, but my uncle's hilarious. But I just wanted to say this really fast.
Yeah.
If you have any shows or anything like that, I'm gonna go ahead and link everything down in the description below. I'm gonna put your page.
Cool.
If you have a website.
I don't have a website,
No?
but I need to start one.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I need to start one.
if that's up by the time, because normally I tell everyone every video that when we shoot it takes about 2 weeks for me to do it because
Cool.
I'm always on everyone else's
Nice,
content
nice,
and shit.
nice.
So
Yeah.
I'll make sure everything is down below, and then I'm gonna
Nice.
bring my boys with me so we can head out to one of your shows. The only
Yes.
issue with me is like I work nights, so I know if you
Yeah.
have like a Friday type, I'm gonna look out for it because I know Fridays are my days off, and then Sundays I do podcasting.
Okay.
So I will try my best to like try to squeeze things around, but I
Okay.
want to bring him, and then I want to introduce you to my best friend Dom.
Yeah.
Because he is the comedy fucking guy.
Oh,
like
I love
I'm
that.
talking about, he knows every comedian's name, their sets. He
Love
knows
that.
everything.
That's
so
cool.
I know he's gonna love you, and I know he's gonna love the
Yeah,
set. All right.
yes.
So, but guys, I just wanted to say thank you guys for tuning in today. If you haven't already, do me a favor again. Stop what you're doing. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please share it and give her a follow because I know it's going to mean a lot. And if
Me?
yes. And if you want to check out her shows, which I highly recommend, everything's going to be down below. So when she posts something up, I'm going to go ahead and update it as much as I can. And then another thing as well, guys, if you want to check out her reels and stuff like that, please do so. And if you want to see my favorite joke, find it on there too. The Mexican beaner one is just
It's top tier, right?
I
It's
love
top
that.
tier.
I love that.
And it's sad because it's true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's true. My son has an ugly haircut. So follow me on Instagram, Daisy Rocks, ROXX underscore
Mm-hmm. Two X's.
comedy.
All right.
Underscore comedy. I have all my stuff on there. I will be at the Long Beach Laugh Factory in May. I don't have an exact date yet because they haven't given it to me, but I'm pretty much there every 2 months in Long Beach. It's going to be a Wednesday night, though.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So you're going to have to ask for the night off or something. I'll be sometime in May. I have an unlimited guest list, too. So if y'all want to come through, shoot me a DM, and I can put you on my guest list.
Oh, dude.
For May.
So, again, guys, everything will be down below. So if you want to check that out, it's going to be down below.
Yay.
And the video should be out by then. So everything will line up perfectly. And guys, thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys in the next one. Peace.
Bye.